So, welcome to another breaking news chapter here on this channel. Thank you very much for tuning in, or if you're watching this later on, no problemo, because I just... So my YouTube just decided when to play music and when to not. So I just saw something by Paul Tudor Jones, the legendary billionaire that I will go into his biography, but I want to tell you something what really sticked to my mind. He called the current or developing situation the second depression. Okay, this was such a great thing that I thought, I need to share this with you guys. This is so fantastic, because as you know, we were in a market crash, and this was the fastest crash ever, and we said, this was even worse than the Great Depression. But to call it the second depression sticked so much to me that I thought I will share this with you. So let's have a look. So Paul Tudor Jones is one of the biggest legends on Wall Street, okay, because of a couple of reasons. He's a billionaire, and he didn't got his money through some kind of business or businesses, and then went to wealth, and then he's a really from A to Z, he is a really trader. Okay, he got to fame actually because he called the 1987 stock market crash, which was one of the most severe short-term crashes, and he had a lot of short positions out there, and he tripled his money actually on that, and he got then very famous. Since then he has a fund and managing money for many big personalities, and I think since many decades he has like pretty much of like a 19% increase year-over-year return of investment. This is sensational, guys. So this guy is really knowing what he is doing actually. And I like to look into statements of billionaires, especially when they are so great connected to the stock market and have really proven that they know the thing or two about stocks and how markets react. And this way, this is the young guy, the young fella here. Obviously, he's meanwhile giving TED Talks, and he gets some fame on CNBC as well. And just recently, he is always in Davos as well to talk about the economy and everything. I think he is a very knowledgeable guy, and you can listen to him. This is nothing wrong to listen to a very important, very successful trader on the stock market. And he basically break news recently as well, because he said he's investing into Bitcoin. He is saying that he basically, his statement is, and which is very thought through in my personal opinion, he said that it's a very speculative and maybe his fastest horse in the stable, but he thinks because of the push of the current health crisis to fast forward digitalization, why not invest into the digital gold, right? So he allocated apparently 1% of his whole fund into the digital gold, and therefore he broke some news just recently. On the other hand, he is saying that, or he's calling it the second depression, and during the whole period of the health crisis, he went on TV and interviews a couple of times, and you could see that he first, when it come up, he said that this is big, guys. Okay, this is a whole unprecedented situation. Not only we have never seen something like this, but it's very destroying kind of event when we are shutting countries down and making no business, destroying the demand and destroying the offer, and both at the same time. So it's absolutely destroying, catastrophic. And he believed and still believe, I guess, he's now in the not so decisive if there is a second wave coming, a second wave on the short stock market. He definitely sees the current stock prices are quite high and thinks that they will see new lows, but maybe not the same lows like we had, but a little bit lowers. More of this, if you're interested into that, how to steer the current situation on the market, I will be in our usual live stream that is a little bit longer, where we go into detail into the market. So stay tuned, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and thumb up this video if you like it so far. This is very much helping the channel. And but back to the situation and the statements that Tudor gives, it's something that you really should consider into the current market environment. The people like him have gone through very wild times, and there's a big documentary out there that tells a little bit about him. This was like ages ago and was taken off the internet. It is suggested that this documentary tells a little bit too much about his trading style and his trading methods. He is definitely a person that says, for all the effort that you're putting into trading, make sure to protect your downside. A very good investor or trader is protecting at all times his downside, knowing, hey, I can maybe lose $1, but I can make $5, and these opportunities come over and over and over again. And therefore, if people are asking me right now, hey, are you now not unsatisfied that Tesla is going higher and higher and you are not invested? And I said, there's so many opportunities on the market every single day that just follow this channel and you will be happy. But this is the true patience that many investors, and that unfortunately many retail investors don't have if they are investing into the stock market, because patience giving us a very clear vision of the opportunity, also on the risk of things, of investments. And this is the very, very fundamentals of being successful. Look at him, he came from basically nothing to become one of the richest guys in America. Let me just have a look. What is his net worth? We can so $5.1 billion, guys. So he is also very, very a big philanthropist, so giving away a lot of money for a good cause. His foundation is the Robin Hood Foundation, and I think today was an announcement on the TV that he is actually having another fund and charity event. So I love the expression, guys, to call it the second recession, and he says, he wants to give something back. He still believes that markets are quite interesting. If you want to know more about that, don't miss the other live stream that we will have in about an hour time, because there we can go a little bit in the lens, because this format here, because if you're new, this is 10 minutes straight to the facts, breaking news, and I thought this is unbelievable to share with you guys, to see that this guy's, it's first you have to know him because he is one of the best traders worldwide. Second, what his opinion is on the stock market, and third, maybe it's not the very bad idea to invest a little bit into Bitcoin when we have the biggest digitalization move or push by an out of how you call it, an event, that a black swan event. okay, by a black swan event to push us into the digitalization. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in an hour.